Hey already family, welcome back to my channel. This of course is the channel where I'm kind of close to becoming a Hyakkano channel. I just can't help it, man. This manga is too good. So last time I was talking about this manga, Hyakkano, 100 Kanajo, the 100 girlfriends who really love you. It was when I was talking about the reasons why you should read it, why I read it, and just everything that's great about it. Essentially, I'll leave a link to that video down in the description below for you to check it out. Just if you're curious. In that regards, right, I've already expressed why I love Hyakkano, or why you should read it, right? Reasons to read this series. But when my friends ask me, right, about this particular series, right, about Hyakkano, about Hyakkano, what is the story about? And I've talked about the premise of this story a couple of times in my reviews, or actually in my review, of this manga. I'll leave a link to that video down in the description as well, so please do check them out. If you're curious, that is, won't force you. But yeah, premise is important, the synopsis, right? In order for you as the viewer, the reader, to really know what you're getting into, you want to know what this story is about, because looking at it from its tags alone, right, harem, rom-com, it is, not gonna lie, it is a tricky sort of genre to try to appeal properly per se, because whether we like it or not, there's always gonna be the really weak, right, I want to say weak stories out there that really, that just seems too generic. But what better way to appeal to the public, to you guys, to your family, about this story than to really give a proper, not a proper, but rather my own, at least to the very least, my own synopsis, my own interpretation of this manga. In other words, I'm going to be telling you what the story is about. And of course, you can also take a look at the synopsis of the manga yourself online, right? I have here two sources right now. The first one is from the Hyakkano wiki, and the synopsis is, as I quote, where is it? Here. Aijo experienced 100 heartbreaks during junior high, and while praying in a shrine, the god of love appears, saying that Aijo will meet 100 soulmates. If their relationship with him fails, all the girls will face an accident and die. Now it's a matter of love or death, and it's up to Aijo to decide. So yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. That's really the synopsis of it, right? Now let's check another one from My Anime List. Now, of course, I took a look at the My Anime List page for this manga, and I could not believe my eyes when I saw the rating, the score for this, because I thought it was a joke. But as of this recording, right, the score for this manga is 7.84, and that's out of approximately 8,000 users, which is, this has to be a joke, right? But yeah, let's read the synopsis. Upon graduating middle school, Rentaro Aijo manages to confess to the girl he loves. Unfortunately, he gets rejected, making it his 100th rejection in a row. Man, having experienced the heartbreak after heartbreak, he goes to a matchmaking shrine and prays with the hope of finally getting a girlfriend in high school. Suddenly, the god of the shrine appears, promising Rentaro that he will meet 100 soulmates in high school. Although skeptical at first, Rentaro quickly acknowledges the truth behind the god's words, and when two of his soulmates, Hakari Hanazono and Karane Inda, confesses to him the very day they meet him. However, there's one detail that the god forgot to tell Rentaro. If any of his soulmates fail to get into a relationship with him, they will die. Now trapped in a matter of life and death, Rentaro decides to date all of his soulmates. With a heart so big that it can be shared among 100 girlfriends, Rentaro makes the most out of his unanticipated high school life, with the Rentaro family growing ever larger. Actually, I really love this last line, or this last paragraph rather. So with that being said, I have prepared 5 levels of trying to interpret the synopsis to you. And of course, they're really gonna be similar to what I've read to you just now. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But without further ado, let's get explaining level 1. MC experiences 100 rejections. He goes to a shrine, a god appears and tells him you're gonna have 100 girlfriends, and if one of them fails to go out with you, they die. So, yeah, good luck. Level 2. Rentaro experienced 100 rejections, and desperate enough to find love, he went to this matchmaking shrine, and a god appears saying that he made a mistake, and that Rentaro will have 100 girlfriends when he enters high school, but when the relationship with him fails, they die. So he sets out to make his soulmates fall in love with him, and he too falls genuinely in love with them. Level 3. Rentaro is just a guy yearning for love, but unfortunately experienced 100 rejections, and in an effort to help change his luck, he goes to a matchmaking shrine to wish for a girlfriend. He meets a sus-looking god who made a big oopsie, and that Rentaro will meet 100 soulmates when he enters high school. But there is a catch. If their relationship doesn't work out, then that girl would die. So like a Chad, he decides to find and genuinely fall in love with his soulmates and save them from death. Level 4. Rentaro is a love monster who is rejected by girls over and over 100 times. He's sad, and now he goes to this matchmaking shrine to pray for a romance life in high school. But suddenly this sussy love god appears, and he made a big why the did this happen type of oopsie, and that is in regards to Rentaro's 100 rejections. He will also meet 100 soulmates in high school, but despite it being a dream come true, it's a life and death situation, where when one soulmate does not get into a relationship with Rentaro, she dies. So like a child, he sets off to find his soulmates and fall in love with them genuinely, in the most insane way possible, by 100 timing them. Level 5. Rentaro Aijo is a berserker who wants someone to love, and he has confessed to 100 girlfriends starting at the age of just 8 months old. But each time he was rejected. Now that he is starting high school, he goes to a matchmaking shrine to pray that his new school life would be similar to a rom-coms. Then all of a sudden, this bald love god pops out of the offering box and explains to Rentaro that he made an oopsie and that he needs Rentaro to do something about it. Apparently, every person has to have only one soulmate, but because the god was Netflix and chilling to a Ghibli film, he clumsily added 2 zeros to his soulmate number, and now Rentaro is destined to have 100 soulmates. But because the laws of the world require one person to have one soulmate, if Rentaro fails to be in a relationship with that soulmate, then she dies. Now, thinking this was a joke, Rentaro threatened to burn the shrine down, basically threatening a f***ing god. But it turns out this is the real deal. People's lives are at stake. So Rentaro swallows the Gigachad pills and decides to find and genuinely fall in love with the soulmates he encounters and bravely 100 times them. I guess that's something now, in order to protect them and make their lives happy. And in the process, he's willing to bend reality, go beyond dimensions, transcend human limitations, and even becoming labeled as a love monster, and evolve into a demigod, this entity, a demigod of Gigachads, the Gigachad among the demigods of Gigachads, all in order to make his girlfriends, nay, his family, happy and safe. So yeah, those are my 5 levels of interpreting the synopsis to this series, to this 200 Kanajo, to Hyakkano, to the 100 girlfriends who really love you. And yeah, but I guess another way of really explaining this entire plot, this entire story, what is Hyakkano, what is this series, is essentially, I guess you could call it a level 0 type of explanation. It can be simply put as, this is a harem rom-com where heroines don't lose. And for those who are really into the harem genre, then a story where heroines don't lose, that sounds like a dream come true. And believe me, this series so far has done a great job in doing that. So yeah, take care, family.